Don Airey has played on over 300 albums, from Deep Purple to Rainbow and beyond. But his new solo album, Pushed to the Edge, sounds like a lost Deep Purple classic. The album blends hard rock, prog, and his signature keyboard playing. This album might just surprise you, so let's get into it. Don Airey is one of the most important keyboard players in the history of rock. It's a pretty bold claim, but I stand behind it. He has a long career. He's played on over 300 albums over the years, either as a band member, solo artist, or session member. He's one of the top keyboardists of all time in terms of recorded music. He's currently the keyboardist of Deep Purple, and he has held that title since 2002, and he was the successor of Jon Lord after he retired. He's also a member of many important classic rock bands. He played with Rainbow, and he's done session work with many artists like Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, and there's too many to mention. Otherwise, this video would go on for such a long time because I'd be listing all these different people. But he recorded solo albums, and his new album is Pushed to the Edge. It's the 7th album under his own name. It's classic rock filled with songs that have a sound similar to his previous bands, mostly Deep Purple, but also Rainbow or Whitesnake. And the album features 2 different vocalists, Carl Sentence of Nazareth and Mitchell Ems from The Voice UK. In addition, he has the new Deep Purple guitarist Simon McBride, drummer John Finnegan, and bassist Dave Marks. There are 11 tracks in the album. It's 56 minutes long. The album opens with a song called Tell Me. This sounds like it could have been on the last Deep Purple album. I'm going to play a clip of it right now. It's a hard rocker. It has the vocals of Carl Sentence, and his vocal style is very reminiscent of Ian Gillan on this track. The song is a nice blend of heaviness and melody. There are some softer and melodic parts in the middle of the song. I think he was going for a Deep Purple Machine Head type of sound in this one. The song also features a really cool keyboard solo. After this is a song called They Keep on Running. This is a song that had that spaghetti western intro. The song takes off more as like a mid-paced rocker. I thought it was still pretty heavy, but they slow it down, and this one kind of gives it more of an ominous tone. Afterwards, there's this dreamy and atmospheric section, a little reminiscent of Pink Floyd. I thought it was a pretty good track. It still had that same hard rock sound you would expect, but it also had a little bit of experimentation with some of the theatrical elements. I think they took a chance by experimenting with this one, but they were able to pull it off. The next track is called Moon Rising. This one continues with that Deep Purple inspired sound. But this one sounded more like something from the Mark I lineup albums, or in other words, more of that late 60s hard rock sound. The song also has a short interlude where you think it's going to be some prog rock, but then they return it to the main melody. Thought it was another good song. And let me give a shout out to the drummer on this track because he is given a chance to shine. And there are parts of the song when he does these really cool drum fills. So we're 3 tracks in, and every song has been good so far. It's been a nice mix of classic rock with a little bit of prog rock and experimentation. So I'm really interested in what comes next. The next song is called Rock the Melody. This one has some of those Middle Eastern sounds that were common on some of those old Rainbow albums, because we know Ritchie Blackmore used to like playing Middle Eastern guitar riffs. This song had some of those. I also thought it had elements of progressive rock and hard rock, and there were some awesome keyboard solos as well. Then right before the 3-minute mark, it goes into another interlude. This is when you hear the bass guitar player. I'm glad they're giving him a few places to show his skills. And another shout out to the drummer because he's doing some interesting drum work on this. He's going for this almost tribal beat to go along with the Middle Eastern sounds. If you want to support this channel and get some cool perks for just 99 cents a month, you get early access to my videos. For $2.99, not only you get early access, but you can request video topics. Hit the join button below or check the link for the description. I'm about halfway through the album now. It's time for them to play one of their ballads. This is called Flame in the Water. It's more of a laid-back, radio-friendly type of song. It's more piano-based. Mostly a soft rock song, probably the kind of song that would have been a hit on the radio back in the 70s. But they also push the envelope a little bit. They're doing this very lounge type of music. It's a jazzy piano solo, and it works within the context of the song. It's also an emotional song. It was good to hear something soft after the first 4 tracks, which were basically hard rock songs. But with that being said, the last minute of the song starts to hit a little harder as they pick up the pace and they turn up the distortion a little bit, but it didn't take away from the song. Now track number 6 is called Out of Focus. It brings back that classic Deep Purple sound, which is reminiscent of their early 70s period. The song features a lot of keyboard playing, as you would expect, but there's one part around the middle of the song where they go into a keyboard solo. Kind of reminds you of the type of music that was very popular during the 70s. I guess you can call it heavy rock, but the keyboard sound is very prominent. Simon McBride is given a chance to play a pretty cool guitar solo. I like it a lot because the keyboards and the guitars are able to play off of each other, and the bass and the drum provide the backbone of the rhythm. The next song is called Power of Change. The beginning of the track is kind of ominous and mysterious. It almost makes you wonder if it's going to be a harder rocker or a softer track, but the song becomes a mid-paced rocker. Also has the second vocalist, Mitchell Ems, who I haven't really talked about yet. He has more of a straightforward classic rock type of singing style, and he doesn't try too hard to push his voice. He just lets his natural vocal style flow. This one also has some of those Middle Eastern flavorings that are sprinkled in throughout the song. They're used towards the second half of the song to give it more of a mysterious tone, and it also goes into some progressive rock territory as well. The next song is called The Girl from Highland Park. This is another soft ballad. It brings back that soft rock, jazzy type of sound I was talking about before. It's also a shorter song. It's only 3 minutes long. It's an instrumental, so it's the type of track that you can just sit back and relax and listen to when you need a break from the harder tracks. There are 3 more tracks on the album. They seem to be some big and epic tracks. They have longer run times. Next song is called Gods of War. This has Carl Sentence on vocals, and he's really going for that Ian Gillan type of sound by definitely using some of his higher ranges. Let me play a clip of this song. This is a straightforward rocker, gives you everything you would expect from a song on this album, and includes some pretty cool guitar solo by Simon McBride. After this is a song called Edge of Reality. It's one of the few songs you can really hear some of the guitar playing by Simon McBride, and I'm just noticing this now, but he kind of reminded me a little bit of Robin Trower during the first part of the song. It's a pretty good track. It was a classic rock sounding song. I would say a little bit more along the lines of progressive rock, and they didn't really go for the heaviness on this one, and they let it develop the way it should. The last chunk of the album is an instrumental called Finnegan's Awake. This one had more of a progressive sound, and I would even go as far as to say it sounded a little bit like Dream Theater. Then at the end of the song, Don Airey makes this announcement. He's introducing the band, and he says, "Thanks for coming," and as if it were a live show, and that was pretty cool. In conclusion, it's definitely a solid hard rock album. If you're a fan of Deep Purple or any of their related bands, or especially the most recent album by Deep Purple, I think you would check it out. The only thing to keep in mind is that the songs are more keyboard oriented, so the guitar kind of takes a back seat a little bit on the album, but it's not really an issue because it's pretty good. I liked it. My score is an 8 out of 10. In the meantime, check out my review of the latest album by Deep Purple from last year. I will stick that over here. You can watch that one next. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more rock and metal content. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you want early access to my videos or even request a topic, consider joining the channel. Hit the join button below. Check the link in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.